is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the KellyCast. This is a continuation of the Week 2 predictions. We got 3 more games on the slate for you. If this is your first time here, my name is Dan Kelly. I host the KellyCast podcast here on YouTube. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, all at the KellyCast. Find us for your latest football content, up-to-date stuff, Buffalo Bills content, as you can see by the set. We already talked Bills. If you missed that video, it's on the channel. We're here to talk 3 different games here in Week 2. If you missed the previous 2 videos for the Week 2 predictions, they are also up on the channel. You can find them either on Facebook or on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends, your neighbors' enemies, your enemies' neighbors, all those kinds of things. Let's kick things off with the Los Angeles Chargers and the Carolina Panthers, an AFC versus NFC matchup. Could be a Super Bowl matchup, but probably not, right? For anybody who watches the NFL on a regular basis, they would know that. In Jim Harbaugh's re-debut for the Chargers, they win against the Raiders in a divisional matchup 22-10. Justin Herbert goes 17-26, 144 and a touchdown. J.K. Dobbins carries the team, 135 yards and a score. Joey Bosa gets a sack. And as you can see in this graphic, that is Poona Ford. The former Buffalo Bill defensive tackle got an interception in last week's game. You'll love to see it. Meanwhile, I've talked on the Panthers enough in all these videos. They got absolutely destroyed last week, and it's a shame. It's a shame, man. I get it. You're a young team. You're struggling to find your identity, whatever. You need to put up more than 10. In their last 3 games, they've been outscored 82-10. 82-10. That is god-awful. I understand you're young. I get your quarterback is inexperienced here in the league, but you were a number 1 overall pick. Even if the people around you aren't, superstars, you need to play better. You need to put up more points. You need to put up a better fight. They're hosting in this game, but ultimately, I do not think it is going to matter. I am selecting the Los Angeles Chargers. The rest of the KellyCast Krew's predictions will go up here at some point in the video. Zach and Melissa tied for first in Week 1. Week 2, a whole nother story. Melissa picked the Miami Dolphins, so she's already starting on the losing end. We'll see if she gets that trash can this week. Moving on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Detroit Lions. This is one of the best matchups of Week 2, in my opinion. 2 teams that both won last week. Baker Mayfield, the only quarterback to throw for 4 touchdowns in Week 1. Meanwhile, the Detroit Lions go up against the Rams. The game goes into overtime. They beat their former quarterback in that extra quarter of play. You love to see it. I think this one's interesting, man. It's 2 of those NFC teams that I would expect to be fighting for a playoff spot. Mike Evans went crazy for the Bucs once again. 2 touchdowns in this game. He's absolutely ridiculous. First ballot Hall of Famer. Baker missed 6 passes on the day, 4 touchdowns, just under 300 yards. Chris Godwin goes 8 receptions for 83 yards. Jordan Whitehead leads the team in tackles. And it was just a good performance. 37-20 was the final. Winning by 17 in your home opener is great. We mentioned Detroit a little bit up against the Rams. Primetime football last week. They win 26-20 in overtime. Take the first possession, and they made the most of it, right? In the playoffs, both teams will get a chance to touch the ball, but when it comes to the regular season, that rule hasn't been changed. And Detroit said, hey, we are going to run down your gut. David Montgomery, 17 carries, 91 yards. Jamison Williams, 5 receptions, 121 yards, and a score. And Alex Anzalone, pictured, led the team in tackles with 10. This is a tough one, man, because I think both teams are really good, really well coached. But ultimately, when I started thinking about this and I sat down, I'm like, who am I going to select here? I am going with the Detroit Lions. I just think the home team in this matchup, it's a little bit easier for me to go with the home team than the away team, especially in a matchup that's so close. The rest of the KellyCast predictions should be going up here shortly. Have to see how everybody does that's in the middle there, myself included, Mitch, Kevin with the trash can. Sorry, Kev. It's just so easy to mention you. Sam, Ken, Mike, Mickey. Let's see how everybody does this week. Moving on to our final game here, the New York Jets and Tennessee Titans, both winless and both kind of looked just as bad, right? The Jets got destroyed by the San Francisco 49ers on Monday Night Football. Meanwhile, the Titans go out and lose to Caleb Williams and the Bears. I believe the Titans head coach had a quote after week 1 that said, if we punted every drive, we would have had a better chance to win the game. Now, I'm not 100% sure that that's what he said, and I'll have to fact check myself. But that's an insane quote, right? Let's look at how the Titans did. 24-17 was the final. Obviously, you guys all saw the picture of Will Levis just doesn't even attempt to make a tackle. You know, the first thing you should think of as a quarterback when you throw an interception is to go make that tackle for your football team. I don't care if it's a swatted ball, if it's a tipped ball, if it's an overthrow. You should be helping your team in that moment. You are now the defending team. But Will Levis went 19 of 32, 127 yards, a score, 2 picks. Tony Pollard looked good, 16 carries, 82 yards. Calvin Ridley in his debut, 3 receptions for 50. And the leading tackler in that one was Amani Hooker. Jeffrey Simmons pictured for the Titans. And of course, you see Mr. Garrett Wilson for the Jets. I don't even know where to start in this game. I don't remember if I picked this one yet, and I don't think I did because the KellyCast Krew all sends their picks to me, but no one asks, hey, Dan, what are your picks? Other than you guys, of course, which I appreciate that. Man. Is Aaron going to be angry enough going into Nissan Stadium? I'm gonna take the vet here. Give me the New York Jets. I think after how they performed in week 1, Salah's gonna have them playing better. They're gonna be an angry football team, and I'm kind of looking forward to this one in a weird way. In a mediocre kind of style game, I am looking forward to this one. And guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you made it all the way through, please leave a like, share, and subscribe to the KellyCast. You can find us on all social medias at the KellyCast. For now, that's all the time I have for this video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Until then, take it easy.